You're watching the Kop TV, the voice of football's most famous stand.
Salah to settle it in front of the Kop.
Hello and welcome back to the Kop TV, the voice of football's most famous stand. I thought it was time for another rooftop video. Here you can see the beautiful skyline of the incredible city of Liverpool. Voted by the Times actually as the best place to live in the north. And that's why I'm here, people. Listen, massive press conference just happened there. Klopp giving us an update on Thiago's fitness, Diaz, as well as the transfers in the summer. So I thought I'd run through those for you before we get into that. Of course, like, comment, subscribe, people. I'm not messing around. We've been around 250 people away from 30,000 for a while. So if you're watching this, yes, you at home, and you haven't subscribed or even hit the like button, what are we playing at, fella or lady or they in 2023? So please make sure that you are liking every video that comes out of the Kop TV and of course subscribing if you haven't already. Right, let's get into this one. Where should we start? Let's start with Luis Diaz. We all thought, and I even did a post on the Kop TV today, we all thought that he would get at least some minutes in this massive game at the Etihad tomorrow. The lunchtime kickoff, people. If you want to go back and watch the full preview that I've done for this, make sure you do that. It's with Big Steve. It's the only preview that he's doing all weekend, so make sure you watch that if you can. Right, on Luis Diaz, Klopp said, and this is according to David Lynch, who was at the press conference at the AXA, who says Luis Diaz not fully involved in team training yet, so won't be a part of the squad at Manchester City, saying Jurgen Klopp. He says it's a massive boost to have Luis Diaz back to training, but confirmed the Colombian will play no part in our encounter versus Manchester City. Of course, we saw the pictures of Luis Diaz back in training in the new gear, and it got all of us excited. I think it was yesterday that Neil Jones said that he would be travelling with the squad, but no, he's not. Now, what are your thoughts on that? Me personally, I don't think it would have harmed us to chuck him on for the last 15 to 20 minutes, depending on how the game was going. I don't think he'd be ready for any more than that. But then if you're not including him in this game, you're probably not going to include him in the game against Chelsea on Tuesday either. Then it leaves the Arsenal game next Saturday for him to be back involved with the squad. And hopefully by that time we should see Thiago back as well. An update on him from Jurgen Klopp. He did say that Thiago will be back in full team training next week. Now, as we know, Klopp likes to have his players a good 3 or 4 days under the belt before they are involved in the matchday squad again. So for me, Thiago, we need him back at this crucial part of the season, and it has to come sooner rather than later. I mean, I've had a big debate today on Instagram Live with Liverpool goals. Big up to Leo, talking about the midfield situation at Liverpool. If you're really honest, we're probably going to get rid of the Ox, Keita, maybe Milner. I mean, question marks over Curtis Jones and the future of Thiago if he can't stay fit. So you're potentially looking at shipping out five midfielders, and that's without even the defenders, the second and third choice goalkeeper and Bobby leaving as well. So you're probably looking at about 10 players leaving. A lot of those players will be midfielders, I do believe. But Thiago, if we're going to utilise him to his best, and obviously we know how good he is and how good he can be, especially in a game against Manchester City, by the way, where his semi-final performance last season was one of the best midfield performances I've ever seen. But when a player like him is missing, it does leave a big hole. Now, we're looking at probably playing Fabinho, Hendo and Harvey in that midfield on Saturday tomorrow. So let me know in the comments, how do you feel about that? And would you have rushed Luis Diaz a little bit ahead of schedule to make sure that he's on the bench at least for this one, or Tuesday? I think if he misses Saturday, he's bound to miss Tuesday as well. But I don't know, what do you think back home? Do you think we should have rushed him through a little bit? And obviously Thiago should be in the squad for Arsenal. So a couple of updates in terms of injuries for you, but this is the big one today, people. Now, if you've watched this video, you will see the title. We have made positive talks and we are busy when it comes to transfer targets in the summer. Now, that will leave Liverpool fans very encouraged to hear such words from Jurgen Klopp. It seems to us that he's on the case. He knows what we need. He's going to do it. Of course, we need the backing and the funding to be able to do that. But Klopp said it with a little bit of a smile at the end. Now, I don't want to read too much into things, but when that man smiles, to me, I mean, apart from when we're standing on the sidelines losing to Brentley? Wow. Bournemouth, Brentford, all these teams, when he's been smiling when we're losing, it hasn't been the greatest scene to see. However, when he smiles like that after saying such a sensitive thing that he knows the fan base are going to react to, i.e., don't worry, we're busy, we're in positive talks for the summer, and then smiles like that, to me, and again, I might be wrong, time will tell, we'll see, of course, but let me know at home, when you see Klopp do that little, at the end of something extremely sensitive like that, to me, that means that he's got something up his sleeve. I don't know, easily could be wrong on this one, people, as you know. But that was a bit cheeky from Klopp, and I liked it. It was good to see himself back. A couple of other really big quotes coming out from that press conference. He's speaking about Luis Diaz and Nunes, saying Luis is back in small parts of training after a very long time out. It's fantastic to have him back. He will not train today with us. This week was for the first step back into team training. This is from Ian Doyle, by the way. He goes on to say, Klopp said that next week we'll see how he is and then he is ready. But we are really positive. Darwin couldn't train for 2 or 3 days because of a cut he got on his foot, but he could yesterday and is back in contention, which is obviously great to see. But Jurgen Klopp talking about being busy, about being positive, about moving in the transfer window in the summer. I'm excited by that. Are you positive? Because Klopp is. Listen, we have to believe what the manager is saying. But if Klopp's positive, then you should be at home too. This maybe lifts the lid on our talks and our efforts in bringing some more players in the summer. But just to confirm for you, no Luis Diaz tomorrow, should return against Arsenal next Sunday. He also went on to talk about the international break and how it was used to plan for next season or a new sporting director. He said, I couldn't plan training sessions as we know. We didn't know who was here. So yes, player side positive, there are talks, but no decisions. We are busy, as you can imagine. We also found out today, which again is no surprise, that Naby Keita is injured again, which for me just completely adds him onto that list of players that will be leaving in the summer on a free, so it's not like we can even make 15 or 20 million from him. Which begs the question, is this the worst Jurgen Klopp signing ever at Liverpool? I would say yes, in terms of the games missed, in terms of the money spent, in terms of the lack of output for those aforementioned things. Now, Naby Keita, we know there's a good player there, but it's time to go, it's time to move on. We can't rely on a player who really doesn't want to even really give his all for Liverpool if we're looking at the basic facts and stats of what he has given us in his 6 years. 6 years at Liverpool so far. So he'll be going, he's injured, no surprise there. I wouldn't have even started him in this game tomorrow. But again, it begs the question, who comes in? Klopp is talking about being busy, positive, we're moving in the transfer window. What does that mean to you? I want to know now. Let me know down below in the comments. Does that mean a Jude? Does it mean a Mount, who has been quoted as being around the £70 million mark? Does it mean that we're going to go in for even more players that we don't even know about? We're looking at Guardiola. I don't think we get him and Jude. But to me, and again, I'm not going to read too much into it, but I was encouraged by those words and quotes from Klopp in the latest press conference at AXA here in Liverpool. So there you go. No Diaz, no Thiago, no Keita, as we know, but positivity when it comes to alleged transfer rumours. So stay in touch. Let us know in the comments how you interpret all of this press conference today, and don't forget, of course, to go back and watch Big Steve's preview with myself for the massive game at the Etihad tomorrow. I've gone for a 2-1 Liverpool win. Again, let me know in the comments what the score is going to be, and if we win this one, we go into Tuesday with massive momentum, and then we take that momentum even more into the massive game against the league leaders, Arsenal. Arsenal Football Club are en route to win the Premier League for the first time since 2004. So there you go. There is your Friday general news update from myself, AGT, in Liverpool City Centre. Don't forget, Discord link in the description. The chat continues there. It's a 24/7 revolving door of LFC chat, so make sure you're involved and you do not miss out. But until then, take care. We'll see you soon.
Thanks for watching this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it.
Please, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the Kop TV.
The voice of football's most famous stand.